Hey, stay y'all back with another video. So let's go ahead and get into this Love After Lockup review. So this is, child, I don't know, because I don't know the way Love After Lockup be doing they seasons, but this is Ditched or Dismissed. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the episode starts off with Justine and Mike. So they're at the park or whatever doing the whole little family event. Everybody's seeing him since he's been out. So his friend, which seems like he was a family friend the way he came, and the mom was happy to see him, the sister was happy to see him. So his name is Mocha. So Mocha shows up, and Justine is giving really passive aggressive. She's kind of like, "Oh, thanks, Mocha, for coming to this family event. We appreciate you coming to the family event." Basically, in so many words, like you don't have any place to be here. But from the looks of everybody's face when he shows up, it seems like Mocha is family. You have those real close friends that are family. Seems like that's him. So I don't know what Justine is on this episode, but she was giving real life like, girl, stop it. So basically Mike pulls his dad aside and they kind of just talk or whatever. And he was basically saying like, hey dad, like, it was kind of hard on me when I was in there because you didn't really come see me as much as I wanted you to and all this stuff. And Mike's dad really just had to tell him like, I didn't like seeing you like that. Like it was hard seeing you in there and it took a lot on me too. Like, they both kind of crying together. He was like, I didn't like, seeing you in there. He was like, the first time I came and saw you, he was like, it took me 6 months to kind of, bounce back and, get that out of my head. So, but I am glad that Mike does, talk about his feelings and stuff, and he just lays everything out on the table, because when you don't, you're kind of like a ticking time bomb, and that can lead to going back to jail and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm glad that he's, getting this stuff out. Child, then Justine and Mike's mom go off to the side and then they talk a little bit. So, mind you, this is one of the first things that Mike's mom says to Justine. She was like, okay, how you raise Callie, your daughter, is your business. Letting her get tattoos and everything. But when it comes to my granddaughter, I don't really allow that. I don't want that. And instead of Justine saying, okay, I can respect that because at this point, that's y'all's, y'all are all family. But at this point, I respect that because, that's Mike's daughter. And Justine is forgetting. When Mike was locked up, who do you think was helping raise this granddaughter? Mike's mom. So instead of understanding, she kind of just goes off and gets really defensive and at the same time gets real disrespectful. Now, I'm not understanding why Justine couldn't just be like, okay, I respect that. I'll raise my daughter how I want to. I'll continue to do that. And then, okay, I won't push that upon her. If she wants to get a tattoo, I will tell her no until she's of legal age. That's all she had to do. Instead, she's getting defensive. She's being disrespectful. And the mom's kind of like, my daughter would never talk to me like this. Like, why are you talking to me like I'm somebody off the street? We were friends. And then Justine's like, yeah, we were friends. We were friends. Yeah. And now we're family. We're family. I'm just like, Justine, if you don't calm your tits, girl. Like, she was really doing the most. I was just like, okay. So then they just keep talking or whatever. And basically Mike's mom's like, she literally said, you know what? That's it. Like, you're not, basically we're talking in circles. Everything I say, you have a comeback for. She was just like, well, you're not my mom. Good thing you're not my mom. Whenever Mike's mom was like, well, my own daughter doesn't talk to me like this. She was like, well, you're not my mom, are you? I was just like, wow. And I think if anything, Mike's mom was just kind of more hurt about the situation because she was just like, we started off as friends. I introduced you. And now you acting like I'm trying to, hurt you by what I'm saying. And I'm just trying to draw the line that the stuff you do with your daughter, I don't want to happen with my granddaughter. I don't approve. So that happened, y'all. Then we get into Monique and Derek. Lord. Basically, Monique and Derek just finished doing the do, and producers are asking them how was it. Monique rates it like a 7 or 8 or something like that. She says there was no foreplay, and I'm like, you have to have feelings for foreplay. So I don't really too much know if you're gonna get that, but anyway. And the thing that got me is Derek kept getting phone calls from private numbers, and so Monique was like, answer it right now. They keep calling, answer it. So he calls one of the numbers back that wasn't private, and it's just nobody's answering, no one's saying anything. So he probably already gave him the heads up, like, hey, unless I say something first, don't say nothing on the phone. So then he decides to get in the shower, and he says that it's his first shower since he's been out. And this is not the first couple on Love After Lockup who has did this. So y'all did whatever y'all did before he even showered. Yeah, I can't. I can't. So then in the confessional though, the producers asked Derek, like, okay, well, who was that calling you? This dude, Derek, says, well, I really don't want to say her name because it's breaking news. Breaking news. He was like, it's breaking news that she wanted to meet me and she wanted to talk to me. So, yeah, but I don't have no idea who she is. I didn't even know about it. Sounds like you knew enough if she calling you, but I don't know, y'all. Okay, y'all. So then we get into Gabby and Chris. So Gabby is basically calling Chris because she has his call logs and stuff. So she's seeing who he's been talking to, and she's seeing numbers that look new to her. She don't know who he's talking to. So she basically confronted him, asking if he's talking to other people. He just got out of prison. Like, what do you think? So basically, he's like, yeah, but I mean, I talked to my hair lady. People are checking up on me. They want to call and see how I'm doing. And Gabby pretty much says, no, like, you can't talk to anybody else. They don't need to check on you. They don't need to see how you're doing. That's what I do. So I'm just like, that's not being realistic. Like, even the people who are actually his friends will want to call him and check on him, catch up with him, see how he's doing. So basically, Monique and Gabby both set up these phones for them once they got out. I'm like, bro, y'all are actually being like private investigators. And if you have to do all this, maybe you should just leave. Like, I'm just not understanding. So then it kind of, I don't know, because with Gabby and Chris, it does seem like a hostile environment. And then to fast forward and see that they actually had a domestic violence situation, it's just like, I seen that coming, and I'm sad it happened, but it's just like the way I was just going at each other, it was not going to end well. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about Gabby saying that she's hiding something, because she keeps mentioning I'm hiding something, and when he finds out, he's going to be so upset, so upset. So what do y'all think it is? Because I actually have no idea at this point. Maybe she like been talking to somebody else. That's like the only thing I can think of, but I don't know, the way she acts, it's like you would have some nerve being mad at him when you're doing the same thing. But anyways, y'all. So then we get into Skylar and Nathan. So Skylar gets out, her mom is there, her brother is there, and Nathan is there to pick her up. So basically, Skylar's just talking about, I was in prison for this, that, I did fentanyl, all that stuff. And I'm just like, wow, like, you literally, she even said it herself, she was like, I should not be here. I'm like, that is crazy. Like, but then she keeps talking about, oh yeah, I'm bougie and I grew up rarely being told no. Like it was some badge of honor. Like that's probably why you were in prison, because the real world does not work like that and does not revolve around you. But basically, Nathan says the same thing. Like he was like, I find it crazy how we grew up in two different lifestyles and we both ended up in the same place, basically prison. They go back to Nathan's house, and she's just like picking apart everything. Like she has so many negative things to say. I don't even think I heard like a thank you or, just simple stuff. I know she doesn't have to be there because she could be with her mom, but that maybe that's where you should be, and you should be kept, and you should be at your mom's house if you're going to sit here and break Nathan down for everything that he tries to do for you. So basically, yeah, she's just being negative. And honestly, I see Nathan sticking around because he really seems like he loves Skylar even after her two bodies that she has under her belt. He really should run. But I just feel like she's never going to be satisfied, and it's always going to be something that he's doing wrong. So Nathan, you going to have to love yourself at this point, because I don't think that's it. Then y'all, so Monique and Derek are on a date. And Monique is taking pictures of him, pretty much before they even go out on the date. So this is Derek. Get this picture. Get this picture. Get this picture. Get this picture. Get this one. Oh yeah, and this one. Like, bro, you are out of jail. Stop with the jail poses. But Monique just, okay, baby. Got it. Got it. Got it. God, I'm just like, bruh. Like, have y'all ever seen Hell Date? When they actually got to the date, it was giving all of that. Because as soon as they sit down, Derek is like, oh yeah, we want the crab, we want the rack of ribs, we want the king crabs, and then we want the lobster tails. And I was before it even like he even got the bill. I'm like, Monique has to be paying for all these. Like, so Monique is kind of just like not speaking up for herself. She just, oh, that's a lot of food. He was like, yeah, you got to do it big. You got to do it big. He was like, take this picture. And he got the little wine glass. And she was like, oh, do you feel like a baller? He was like, no, I feel free. Girl, he balling on your money. Like, now it's just starting to make sense more and more. Like, I almost for a second thought, okay, Derek might just actually, give her a chance to be into her. But basically, he said, I'm going to milk this cow till ain't no more milk in the cow. Because he is literally like running up the bill. So if that wasn't enough, then once they get done eating, he tells her, yeah, I want to see the town. I want to see the town. I want to go to the casino. So you won't have to go to the ATM to get some money out. Excuse me? That's why I say it really felt like watching Hell Day. Because it was just like, you wouldn't think people have this much nerve. But then again, it's love after lockup. So can't put nothing past him. So basically, Derek's friend randomly just like, I guess is walking past the restaurant, sees Derek in the restaurant. So he comes in, say what's up. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going scouting tonight, so, let me know what you want later, whatever. And Derek's like, well, my girl tired, so I'll hit you up. So they exchange numbers. As soon as the guy leaves, Monique basically takes the phone and she's like, delete it. She deletes the number. She's like, you don't need to be hanging out with nobody from your past. None of that. So basically, he's just supposed to be miserable with just her. And I feel like she's putting 20 on 10 because she knows that he's not there for the right reasons. But y'all, then we get into Eris and Cameron. And they're so cringy. Like, I know it cannot just be me. Put it in the comments. They're so cringy because it seems like Eris would have never even came across somebody like this because she mentioned she doesn't even like rappers. So I'm just like, what are you doing, girl? Like, stop trying to make fetch happen then if you don't even like this. Like, what? So pretty much everything about him is just so sexual and it's just so weird. He's talking about, yeah, when I was in prison, all I could do was think about my music and all the songs I'm going to drop and how my video shoot going to basically be like Pornhub, going to be a whole bunch of strippers and booties. And I'm just like, that's all you thought about when you were in prison? Like, you didn't think of how can you make your life better so you're not in the same thing that got you here in the first place? And then it's just like, Eris, how does this not even, like, if you were attracted to him, how does this not make you be like, okay, I'm good? Like, but she's just still, what she say, butterflies on her stomach. She's still feeling that. So pretty much they only have 24 hours until he has to go to the halfway house. So they hang out or whatever. And honestly, I don't know why they're on this show because it's just giving real life, like, y'all just wanted to hook up. Y'all could have got on a Tinder or something like that if that's what y'all are really. It doesn't seem like no connection. It just seems like literally just, like I said, just sexual with him. And it's just so weird to see, like, bruh, is that all you think about, talk about? Like, I understand you've been in prison, but... And he was literally like, yeah, I thought about that every night in there. Like, okay. Now, Chris is hanging out with his mom, and I think it was his cousin or his friend. I'm not sure which one. But pretty much, of course, as soon as Felicia, Chris's mom, gets in the picture, all she do is talk negative about Gabby like she's the only problem in their relationship, which is probably why Chris felt so comfortable doing the stuff that he did to Gabby. And I even saw a video interview that she did on YouTube, and she didn't hold Chris accountable for anything, laying on his hands on Gabby or nothing. It was all, well, Gabby did this, she provoked him. It's just like, you're the reason why your son is like that, man. Like, you don't hold him accountable. You think he is the best thing since sliced grapes or whatever they call it. Like, no. So pretty much they just talking or whatever, and like I said, she's just downing Gabby, like, your wife didn't come, that's supposed to be your wife. Like, just saying all kinds of just unnecessary stuff. Like, Felicia, bye Felicia. Like, stop it. So then Krista goes, "Oh yeah, mom, did you buy that phone I told you to buy?" She was like, "Yeah, why did you need me to buy that phone?" He was like, "Yeah, because Gabby keep going through my messages and stuff, and of course she has something to say about that. She's controlling, she's this, she's all of that." And instead of holding him accountable and being like, "Okay, well, you are married now, so maybe you do need to, change it up. Don't be out here doing the same thing." No, she didn't. She didn't say any of that. She's pretty much like, "Yeah, Gabby gonna try to control you. You need to just come back home. You just need to like." Then even said something later on in the episode like, "You can come back to the basically to the city. I can bring somebody over for you." Like, okay, I'm starting to see why what happened because, like I said, she doesn't hold him accountable for anything. So I could see Chris going off, beating up Gabby, and being like, "Oh, I'm good," like thinking nothing's gonna happen. Because, like I said, y'all, in that interview, it was disgusting. I couldn't even watch the whole thing because I'm just like, you're not holding your son accountable for anything when this girl was beat up. I actually don't care what Gabby did, like provokingly, like there's no reason why she should have been in the hospital like that. Like that's ridiculous. And I don't even like Gabby, and I'm saying that, but nobody deserves that. But fast forward to Monique and Derek on this hell date. Pretty much Monique is tired. Baby girl done ate and she is ready to lay it down. And Derek is like, "No, like I want to see the town. Like you wake up, wake up." That's what he's telling her at the table, like wake up. So pretty much Derek says they go back to the hotel and Derek is like, "Hey, with or without you, I'm finna go." So then that's when Monique is like, "Well, if you go, don't come back. Like, like you walk out that door, don't come back no more." Let me know if y'all know where that's from. But anyways, so pretty much they he basically was like, "I'm gonna go either way. Don't be like that. Don't do that." So Monique in her confessional was pretty much like, "Oh yeah, well I don't really trust Derek, so I'm gonna go." And so I just went anyway. So basically, you're the chaperone. Like you didn't want to go out, but you're gonna basically make yourself get out of bed, do all this just because you don't trust him. Like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing in this situation? Mind y'all, the bill came up to $500, and Derek had the nerve to say, "You got this." Clearly, she has to because you don't. You done ordered everything on the menu. You ordered all the appetizers you can get to the point where I don't even know how you were able to eat your meal when it came because you should have been full and fed. But that she's just spent $500 doing that. I'm pretty sure she took out another five for him to gamble, like because he told her she needs to go to the ATM. Needs to go to the ATM. Keep that in mind. Like Monique, at this point, you just a rag doll. You just letting him take it this way, take it this way, take it this way. You a rag doll with a pocket full of money. That's all he sees. And at this point, like I said, he knows she's a little insecure, so he's playing on that, and he knows that pretty much she really loves him, and he's using her. She knows she's being used, but as long as he's with her 24/7, she don't care, which is so sad to see. Like, stand up. And then really that was, pretty much all from them, really. He was just milking the cow the whole episode. And it was just so hard to see, like, oh my gosh. And then we get into Justine still at the park for Mike's little coming home event. And Justine's still going off. At this point, she's talking to her daughter about what happened. And this is the thing. For Justine, I could see her being like, "Okay, what I have going on with my daughter is my business." But I don't think that his mom brought it up to like bash her. I think she just brought it up as a comparison. Like, "Hey, I know you're comfortable letting your daughter do this, but now that you guys all a family, I'm not comfortable with you doing that with my granddaughter." I feel like that's all it was. And I don't feel like it would have went from a 2 to a 10 if Justine wasn't doing all of this. If she wasn't, doing all of this and talking like this. And, because just like, respectfully, you don't talk to no one's mom like that. Especially when Mike's mom's body language was not on that. She was literally like this, just talking to her and just explaining. She was very calm, and everything that Mike's mom had to say, Justine had some kind of, we will see. Yes, we will. And we will do. Like, it was just like, why are you doing all of this? And like I said, I feel like Mike's mom, if anything, was hurt because at one point they were friends. And Mike's mom was like, why are you talking to me like I'm somebody off the street? But so I don't know. But at this point, little sister come and she's like, hey, let me talk to you. So then Justine go, now she done sent her daughter over here. I was just like, wow, okay, like you are really showing your ass. Like you are really upset. And I honestly think Justine's whole energy was off before because she was mad about Mike's friends popping up too, like they're not family friends. Like I said, when Mocha popped up, the mom was like, Mocha. The sister was happy to see him too. Like you can tell he's someone who's been around for years and they consider him family. So her energy, like I said, was off when she was like, thank you for coming to a family event. Like, all right, Justine, pipe down, pipe down. Like, you're doing the most. So basically, the sister comes, and the sister's even calm at first until Justine kept doing all of this and all of this. And it's just like when people talk with their hands a lot, like sometimes not that doesn't work well with everyone. And talk with the neck, like you could have a whole conversation like this. Just, talking like this. You don't have to, because that implies other stuff. So basically, they're just going back and forth. And the sister is basically like, I don't, you're not going to be disrespecting my mom. She has 3 kids and we don't disrespect her, which is understandable. Like, people don't play about their mom. So Justine's like, well, I'm not one of her kids, am I? I'm just like, golly, like, what would it be to say, I'm sorry, we had a misunderstanding? And honestly, I feel like they only had a misunderstanding because Justine heard what she wanted to hear because she was already upset about prior things before they got there. Even when they got in the car, she was like, whatever, Mike, just get in the car. Like, it was just all bad, honestly. So Mike's daughter, honestly, I don't think she's feeling Justine at all. Because if y'all paid attention, whenever the sister and the mom were going back and forth with Justine, the Mike's daughter was kind of just like looking at her like, you're wrong. Like, why are you doing this? So that might be something we see later on in episodes. I don't know. But put it in the comments if y'all noticed how Mike's daughter was looking at Justine. She was just like, you're doing the most. Like, if a look could talk, that's probably what she wanted to say. So then they head back to the house, and Justine, still irritated, of course. She like, y'all just get in the shower, get ready for bed, go to sleep. I've had a long day. So Mike tries to sit Justine down and talk to her about the situation. Like, basically, he was like, I come from prison to where things don't linger on. We kind of just fight it out, and that's it. He's like, but of course, I can't treat my family like this. He was like, so I would like to, pretty much talk about it before it gets bigger than it already had. And Justine's not with it. She's just like being childish, and Mike's words exactly. He was like, she's being passive aggressive. So let me know when you want to talk. And I don't know. It's just giving like at this point, Mike is actually trying to, pull you aside, talk to you, trying to basically resolve the situation. So like he said, we're all family, so he doesn't have to be the middleman. He said, I just got home. I want all my family to be together, not divided. He was like, now I feel like I have to be the middleman. I feel like, honestly, Justine was being very childish this episode, and I was just like, I don't know, maybe I could change my perspective on it or something, but that's what I seen from it. And I was just like, Justine, you're going to have to be more open if you want this to work. Because like I said earlier, Mike is pretty much open with his feelings. If something's bothering him, seems like he's just going to get it out and talk about it. But Justine, you keeping everything bottled in like that, ticking time bomb. Like, But pretty much, that was Love After Lockup, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. The craziest part to me is, like I said, how Derek was just milking the cow the whole episode. And Monique was just letting him do it. Stand up. Like, please. All right, y'all. So go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe for more. Bye, y'all.